Good morning, students. Today we are going to read two short poems by Robert Frost, which are given in the first unit of your book First Flight after the first chapter. So, this poem, first poem, the title of the poem is Dust of Snow. Dust of snow means the basically the snow which falls upon something, falls upon a tree or falls upon a hut or falls upon a any slanted place, and after that that dusty snow, if that which is very much powderish snow that falls, so that snow the poet is referring to, that powderish form of the snow, he is that snow he is referring here as the dust of snow. So what does the poet is trying to say here, what the poet is trying to say, and let us see in this poem. First of all, read the poem and then we will do the explanation. So the poem goes in the way that the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of the day I had rued. The poet is trying to say in the first few lines, first two lines, if you will say, the way a crow shook down on me, the dust, the next two, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. That means the poet is saying that he was moving from somewhere and he was very down, very heavy, very sad, very distressed on that particular day. He was sort of entangled into his problems and his desperations. He was walking from under that hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a tree which is known for its poisonousness. That means it is a poisonous tree, and people do not expect anything good from the hemlock tree. So these are the tree, and you also see that crows are also not the birds which everyone loves. So they are also sort of the hated species of a bird which people do not cherish and people do not like to see or love to see. So these two are, the crow and the hemlock are basically a bad symbols. And as the poet says that a crow which was sitting on the hemlock tree, and because it was snowed there, so there was snow on the leaf of the hemlock tree, and as soon I passed underneath that, from underneath that a hemlock tree, the poet shook down and he pushed that dust of snow, that ice, that snow, powderish snow upon me. And what happened then, in the next four line he is saying that has given me my heart a change of mood and saved my part of the day I had rued. So the poet is saying in the next four lines that when that powderish snow, the dust of snow fell upon me from that hemlock tree due to that crow, it totally certainly changed my mood. I was so depressed, I was so sad, and I was very entangled in my problem and was totally distressed and thinking about my problems. And as soon as that dust of snow fell upon me, it suddenly has changed my heart, my mood, it was changed, and it certainly energized me, because obviously the snow is very cold. So as soon as it fell upon him, so he was sort of energized, and he was sort of suddenly changed by that incident. And the poet is saying in the last two time, and save some part of the day I had rued. That means the poet is telling here that as soon as the dust of snow fell upon me, as soon as that crow pushed that snow upon me from that hemlock tree, it basically, when it changed my mood, so the day which was passing very bad for me, the part of the day which I had till that incident, the day that I had rued, that means the day which was ruined and destroyed and was full of bad things, the next part of my day after that incident was saved, because that particular incident changed my mood completely, that energized me, that inspired me or focused me to think some positive or think of some positive thoughts, and that is why my rest of the day which was remaining was saved, and was totally different from the part of the day that I had already passed, and which was very bad and very sad. So the poet is referring here that that particular incident has changed my way of thinking, and I started thinking positively, and my day was saved. So this poem, if you will go on the literal meanings of this poem, doesn't make lots of sense, and because if someone is very sad and only snow falling upon him will not make him happy, there is a irony, and we have to understand the sense what the poet is trying to say. The poet is referring that the bad things in the life from which you don't expect anything good, and when you are very sad in your life, and when you are very down in your life, when you are very distressed in your life, so the things which are already present in your life and you keep on ignoring them, just like hemlock tree and crow, there are many things which are still present in your life, but you keep on ignoring them. You keep on searching happiness in other people's life, out of your life, and in the worldly thing. You do not reflect upon yourself. You do not see that what internal things can give you happiness, what small little things can give you happiness, which you have been ignoring all this time. So this poem is basically referring to the situations and the things that which we think are bad, which are not sufficient, but they can give us an inspiration, but they can also give us the path in which we should travel. They can enlighten our path, they can change our mood, they can change the state of our mind. So we have to bank upon those things, and we have to be very grateful for the things that we have. So like here that the crow and the hemlock, because hemlock tree is referred here because it is a poisonous tree and nobody likes it and nobody expects any good from that tree, and same thing goes with the crow also. So that the poet is referring here that it is a sort of perception which has been built about those things that they are bad, because it really is their nature. It is the nature of hemlock to be poisonous, but it doesn't really matter that hemlock tree can't be good to anyone else, or the snow that will fall from the hemlock tree will also get poisonous. So all these things doesn't really matter. We have to consider the situation and the timing and the feelings of people and the things that we have in our life, and we have to think about them very distinctively and very carefully with a proper reason and proper state of mind. Then we will find happiness, and we will come out of distress, and we will be able and will be capable to think about a better future, and will take good decisions in our life. Okay, so this was the poem by Robert Frost, and we will be reading the next poem tomorrow. That the next poem is Fire and Ice. Okay, so thank you for joining.